Imagine a concept where a kid with superpowers doesn't turn out to be a superhero, but is on a path to being a destructive, magnum-maniacal supervillain.
I'll laser every fucking one of you!
Where he doesn't care about human life, massacres them on a whim, and just serves his narcissistic delusions. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, that's not who I'm talking about. With the popularity of Omniman and Homelander, there is one more superhero trope that gets overlooked. Brandon.
Take the world.
Who?
Brightburn is about Brandon Breyer.
You serious?
You couldn't choose a better name for this kid? He fell from the sky in a spaceship pod thing, and that's the best you could do? The parents needed to die just for that. He's an infant who lands on a farm to a couple of farmers, or rather a farmer and his wife.
Excuse me?
Sexism aside, this kid is an alien, but that doesn't bother these people. They keep the child and raise it as their own, no questions asked.
Huh?
Obviously, why would you? It's only an alien that landed on your farm who may or may not be coded to want to kill everyone and take over the whole ass planet. He's basically the what if Superman was evil character. This character trope has seen massive popularity in the last couple of years, with Invincible and The Boys gaining popularity amongst the masses. So theoretically, the concept of such a character's origin story should have been a hit, but it wasn't. Why isn't this character talked about more often? Especially considering the fact that the Gunn brothers were involved with this project. It all comes down to choice and some character work, but mostly choice. Before I explain my cryptic self, hit the subscribe button. The goal is to hit 500 subs.
I'm hopeless and awkward and desperate for love.
Alright, let's get into my unsolicited thoughts on Brightburn. Choice. The importance of having agency. For the most part, Brandon is a normal kid, as normal as a quiet introvert can get. He even looks human too.
It's so lifelike!
But all that changed the moment he hits puberty. For reasons unknown, his spaceship starts sending him messages straight to his brain, asking him to destroy and conquer. And therein lies the issue. It wasn't Brandon's conscious choice. It wasn't his decision, which took the onus and responsibility away from him. I don't understand the thought process behind this decision. Even Omniman and Homelander contemplate their actions in a scene or two, and that's all that was needed. Brandon struggling to make a choice.
I want to do good. I do.
Even this doesn't show that struggle, because wanting to do good doesn't necessarily mean not killing people. He plays fast and loose with the meaning of good.
Do you feel bad about what you did to Caitlin?
You know, sometimes when bad things happen to people, it's for a good reason.
I want to do good.
What the fuck?
Imagine a scene with Brandon trying to fight this calling. See how this simple change of giving him the choice to fight his genetic calling, only to eventually succumb to it, make him more complex and tragic? It puts more of the focus on his character rather than his lore, which inevitably gets you, the audience, to be invested in him, kinda like Omniman and Homelander. Both these characters make a conscious choice to be shitheads. Character work. The importance of establishing your lead. The movie needed more of Brandon the kid before puberty hit him hard. We didn't get much time with him before his genetic alien code took over. Show us what he does for fun. What are his interests? Does he even like girls? Or boys?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
If the writers always wanted to take away Brandon's agency, then at least show us who we were losing. It would be interesting to see more of Brandon the kid, but we never got to spend time with him before the change. Only Elizabeth Banks knew.
You knew all the time.
We were given a glimpse into who he was here.
They use brute force to make other wasp species raise their young, and they make them feed their babies things like beetle larvae and maggots.
However, it felt more like the movie was trying to foreshadow what's to come rather than give us an insight into his interests, peculiarities, or basically anything about him. Overall, I felt like it lacked some meat to it. Again, not saying that the movie was not good or anything, but it needed more gravity. The whole movie felt like the first 10 minutes of a 2-hour-long movie. And this makes sense now when you realize there are more movies to come in this universe. Despite my criticism, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like this movie because it shows the real consequences of actually harboring an alien, thinking it won't do any harm if they were just raised right.
Are you stupid or something?
Nature wins over nurture any day, people. It explores the intriguing idea of what if Superman grew up to be a villain, and it executed it well. They didn't hold back on the gore and made sure to show us just how powerful he can be at such a young age. The style of horror is something right up my alley as well. A real, probable fear of aliens landing on Earth and wreaking havoc is something I have nightmares about. I enjoyed the cinematography very much. The colors are bright red and the darkness is pitch dark. Although at times you could decipher that it was shot on a green screen, but for 2019, this movie looks way better than this shit.
Not that that matters, but it does.
Brightburn is a superhero horror movie that is a breath of fresh air. And being a brainchild of the Gunn brothers, I can't wait to see what they have to offer in this universe. If you made it this far, I sincerely thank you for your time, and do check out my other videos as well. I can't rely on YouTube to promote a small channel like ours, so do share it with people who would be interested in topics that I discuss. Also, I'm curious to know your thoughts, so comment below, and as always, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.